Tom Brady done? Is he finished? And Green Bay is not Green Bay right now. You always wrong. Ooh. Let's go back to Philly. A big trade just happened. Just because and he's facing his former team, so you know it's going to be some animosity. And number one spot for y'all. Seeing that video in that season, it showed how stupid the NFL is. With this trade happening, does this mean the Sixers are flat favorites? So you can start again with December 4th, but he's been 1-4-11, and then all of a sudden got sick. One day is right? But you know, I'm good. We're talking about sports, man, so I ain't thinking about work right now. I'm thinking about sports. Why your laptop is?
That's why your laptop is dead. It's the Platform Sports Talk Show. Your Wednesday night sports delight. It is your boy Smooth
And Sadal.
and Stan, baby. Cause when it's about sports
It becomes our business.
And business just picked up.
what's going on with you fellas?
Knuckle punch.
There it is. What's going on, everyone's? Thanks for tuning in right now on YouTube. Tell all your friends to go ahead and join in as well. Share this post right now. Let them subscribe. Click on that
Hell.
because anytime you go live.
You'll be notified.
Happy Wednesday, y'all. How y'all doing?
Tired. But I'll be all right.
Working man.
Like I said in the intro, we talking about sports, man. I ain't worried about nothing else, man.
There we go. What's that song? I've been working day and night. High at working. Working day and night.
Literally, we're working day and night, too.
Yeah, man. Stan, how you be, Dirty?
Man. All I'm gonna say is if you in St. Louis and your car don't smell like weed and your tires ain't expired, come see me at Smoothie King in Ladue. That's why I said that. Because if either one of them things is happening, you getting pulled over before you even make it to my lot, homie.
It ain't going down over there, huh?
Nah.
No chance. That's what you
Right. I was gonna be playing. The cop gonna be blasting it.
right. and then have like a big old sign right in front of his store. McMahon doing this.
Right. No chance in hell.
Hope y'all doing well once again on this beautiful Wednesday. A lot of things are going great here in the Lou. That's where we from.
Indubitably.
There it is. But let's get on right into it, man.
Why not, man?
Man,
You here, might as well.
might as well talk about some sports, right?
Might as well.
So with that being said, the round table starts right now.
Football! That's all I gotta say.
Ditto. That's all I gotta say.
I agree.
Man, you see that? I was able to catch somehow.
Somehow.
Yeah, because I don't have cable or nothing. The Florida and Miami game.
That was just funny. I was like, look at Miami doing Miami stuff.
Yeah, doing Miami stuff. 4 picks, great on defense, but lousy on offense. Couldn't get it done. They had a redshirt freshman in.
Yeah.
Granted.
Yeah.
So you're playing against the rivals in your very first game ever. It's on national TV. But yeah, he didn't look good, man.
See, to me, I think their focus is more on flashy chains than it is on the field.
Right. That's. I mean, they got like what 4 picks. The most I've seen out of Miami is the turnover chain, the 305.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, they got a new chain this year.
Right. That
Yeah.
mug is crazy.
Yeah, I think that, and it's a defensive-minded coach this year. Diaz.
Yeah. Manny Diaz.
Manny Diaz.
Because remember, defense wins championships, asterisk, when the offense does their damn job.
Because Miami lost that game offensively, really. Because there's no way that Florida made so many mistakes, man. And any other team, they would have lost big time.
Yeah.
But they won 24-20 in a close one. So that tells you a lot. After giving the ball away 4 times.
So with that being said,
But during that game, we had a bombshell that we'll talk about later on.
right.
It looked like Super Bowl 51. Thought they had it. And them
So overall,
damn Gators.
how does it feel having college football back?
It feels really good, but it's bittersweet. Like I said, I'm focusing on my business, which is real estate investing. So a lot of the football that I used to be like a ritual.
used to do, I can't do no more.
Damn it, you DJ, you.
You a DJ too.
I know.
I feel like you just had this conversation last week.
Every freaking week.
And then his response was, oh yeah.
Yeah, I am a DJ too. But yeah, I just can't watch the games like I used to on the Saturdays and Sundays.
Let me tell you something. Even Jesus rested. Okay?
Yeah, but Saturday is the big day. Like that's the day that I can do a lot.
Oh yeah.
I mean, when you have a full-time job, you try to do this. I can see if I was doing real estate full-time, which is that is coming soon. I just can't see the games right now. So Saturdays, that's my big day to work.
Okay. That's what's up, man.
It's a day on, not a day off for me.
And then, as you just said earlier, all the games start, or should I say, all the rest of the games start this Saturday.
Now, knowing me, I will sneak a game in or two. If it's a big game, I'm gonna have to see it.
Yeah, I think. Who is Clemson playing this weekend? I gotta find it out real quick.
I forget now.
But it's a couple of big games going down, like with some top teams.
Of course, it's first week, so
Look forward to that, man.
They got to make it look good.
And I gotta catch the Saturday morning, and I gotta catch Lee Corso doing his pick. I gotta see that at least. But other than that, I gotta put that football down for a little bit, just for a little bit.
Oh, matter of fact, tomorrow we got a game: Florida A&M and UCF.
No.
He said, "Y'all, I'm good."
Okay.
I'm like, are you joking right now, dude? Bro, you tripping? It's like way down the line, man.
Clemson playing Georgia Tech. That ain't.
That ain't no big game.
Let me see here. That's gonna be a blowout. Alabama and Duke.
Oh, yeah, you know it. Go back up. Let me see something.
That'd be funny if it wasn't.
Right. Right.
Oh, I thought I saw
Clemson
something.
and Georgia Tech. That should be a blowout. Let's see who else. Oh, here we go.
Yes.
Number 11, Oregon.
Oh,
16, Auburn. Saturday.
that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I ain't worried.
That's when? That's a
Saturday.
night game, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I can probably catch that one.
I ain't worried about it.
You ain't worried about
No,
nothing.
Louisville ain't who they used to be.
Nah, ever since Bridgewater, right?
Yeah.
That was-
No, ever since what's called left. Lamar Jackson.
Oh, okay, he did play with them too.
Yeah, ever
That's
since
right.
he left.
And it looks like they focus on top 25 games. So, yep. But once again, college football, as a matter of fact, starting tomorrow, it goes down. So,
Just remember, we here at the Platform Sportstalk Show, especially Sadal, just wants to let you know
Bet.
that college football is played better in college. Never gonna let that die.
gotta love it. So, Aaron Donald, he has been rated the number 1 overall player in the NFL. Wrong? Disagree? Agree?
I agree. I mean, I've never seen nobody like Aaron Donald at defensive tackle. Like, you look at him, he doesn't look like a traditional defensive tackle. You think of like a Gilbert Brown. Remember Gilbert Brown used to
Yeah.
play for the Packers?
Yeah.
That dude was like 350 on the line.
Think of the big pot belly.
Dude, he come in, man. He's a defensive tackle with abs. That's crazy, man.
He is. Dude is straight.
I ain't never seen no defensive tackle with no abs before. You know? And not only that, his footwork and his hands are just lightning quick. They're like John Randall type. On John Randall type level. If you remember John Randall,
Yeah.
he had them hands. He wasn't as big, but he had those quick hands that he could just maneuver around people.
Right.
You know, he's got that. He's got power. He got footwork, and he's got speed to get to the quarterback. At defensive tackle.
Do you feel that the game of football today is evolving around defense now more than ever?
No, not at all. Not at all. Don't let Aaron Donald's dominance fool you. It's all about offense, man. Even the rules are made for offense. It's leaning towards the passing game in particular. And I mean, I don't see that going away. I mean, you look at the passing records right now. That's fallen in the past couple of years with Breeze, and before him, Peyton Manning. So, and you're gonna see a lot of passing records fall because you can't touch the receivers now. Every time you do, it's an interference. You know, hit with the helmets. That changed the whole game. So.
You just gotta wait until they catch the ball and then knock their ass out.
Yeah, but then
It's all about timing.
But then when you knock them out, don't use your head, and it's hard to do when it's like right there in the center of your body.
And now they add over the last 2 years that even both ways, if you have if you are the carrier, you can't truck them with your helmet.
Right,
could be a penalty on you. So,
but you see more helmet to helmet calls on
the
defense.
defensive end.
Exactly.
I did see one play during a Hall of Fame game, and some cat from the I think it was the Falcons and the Broncos that played. Two teams, I forgot who it was, but
it was Falcons.
Yeah, he caught the ball. He was up on the sideline and boom,
Lowered his head.
and all of a sudden,
Anytime you lower your head,
everyone was booing. It was crazy.
But you know what? I do predict this on the defense. You're going to see a lot more Aaron Donald types on defense. Those folks who are faster, who are more leaner. They're not as big as they used to be, but they're faster to the ball and they're leaner to adjust to the passing game. Because you got to be able to do things in coverage now. So you've already seen that transition from 80s and 90s to the right now of the defensive athlete being smaller and slimmer and faster. So you seeing like defensive ends and people on defensive lines running 4-3. 4-4, like regularly, like just like that. Usually that you don't see that a lot. Now you see it all the time. So you're gonna see a lot of that. You're gonna see him get smaller and quicker.
So I won't say his name. I'll just say the guy that y'all don't like. He's in he made a top 5. Do you believe?
He always gonna make a damn top 5.
Because everybody's on his job.
Kind of. What?
He made a top 5. I'm like, wow. That's okay.
You were surprised? So? Next.
Okay.
That guy. All right, so it was put out that the Area 21 on TNT with Kevin Garnett, apparently they scrapping that. And I'm like, why? Because that was such a highlight of
They curse too
TNT.
much on there?
He did slip a couple times.
Yeah, a couple.
But it just kind of weird that they let go of Roz Gold. What's her last name? The chick from TNT. She was a sideline reporter. She came from the Warriors, but she was with TNT the last couple years. She having a nice little hairstyle, be dressing up nice. She left to go on ESPN. Now,
I mean, that's greener pastures, man. ESPN is the top.
Steve Nash, he has a role now with TNT, but like I said, they cut Area 21. I'm like, what y'all doing? What's the plan? What's going on here?
I ain't gonna lie. Area 21, it was okay.
It didn't live up to the hype that you was hoping for.
Not really. Area 21 was just a platform for a whole bunch of old people to just relive their glory days.
Shouts out to Jay the Gentleman JW. I believe that could be Jonathan, but just in case I'm not sure. To Jay, he says there will never be another Aaron Donald.
Facts.
Yeah, you know.
He is the LeBron James of the NFL.
You know, I wasn't really checking for, you know, TNT. When I think of TNT in basketball, I think of the core four, you know.
Yeah.
The core four.
The core four.
Ernie,
Shaq and Chuck going back
Kenny,
at it.
Charles.
Yeah, that's who I check for anyway.
With Ernie looking like he has a black wife, and Kenny, well,
He got swag.
Right.
He got swag.
Like
He's got
Nowitzki.
swag,
Did he bring that plate to work? He bring that plate with the foil.
Dang, yo, that just hit me. We're not gonna see that this season.
Nope.
No.
Dang.
Ernie might bring his plate. I got my plates. Collard greens.
I feel like Dirk.
I got collard greens and fried chicken.
I mean, we still got time. I feel like they're gonna announce Dirk gonna have some role, and he just gonna show up with a plate. Yes, you can't.
I'm not
you
sure.
You can't kill the plate. You can't kill the Dallas
That was
dish.
a dead giveaway.
You cannot
That was a
kill
dead
the
giveaway.
Dallas dish. That's what I'm calling it. That's
He had some
Dallas.
African Americans around him
And
with
I
that plate in
can't
his hand.
recall if we talked about this or not, but what's your thoughts on Tim Duncan being part of the coaching?
We did touch on
Okay.
that. I thought it was cool. I mean,
makes
it's
sense.
expected.
It's quicker than we thought. Like,
Yeah.
Do you see an eventual him being a head coach or just
we talked about.
Well,
that.
yeah.
Yes and no, but it's gonna be a minute because if he gets it over
Becky Hammond?
Hammond, ooh, that's gonna be a silent uproar.
Yeah, it will be. That man got the job over the woman again.
Again.
might have some blowback on that one?
Yeah.
What's crazy is see.
Go ahead.
It's like, Becky Hammond, yes, she's making history. And yes, Tim Duncan does have the nice little list of accolades to be like, yeah, I can coach a team. I know how to win. It's like, what do? It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't.
No, but you know what? I still say Becky Hammond's got more experience in coaching players. And so, I mean, just for that simple point, I picked Becky over Tim.
And I did see that the NBA is going to have more of an all-female referee crew in certain games too. So that's
Good luck.
pretty cool too.
That's why the NBA is
Did you say
leaning.
good luck or good look?
Good look.
Okay. I just had to make sure.
Good luck with that one.
Because
No. I did not say that. I said good look.
That's what I was making sure.
Thank you.
I was like, wait.
Thank you for having my back.
Just to clarify
that.
You said look.
All right.
The views. No, let me stop playing.
Because I was getting ready to say about the second.
Right.
Dear Lord,
Because I was going to say.
3 weeks, but boy, pow. So what you trying to say?
Don't call.
And I'm just gonna back up. I'm like, nope, I ain't in this. I'm gone.
I was going to say after that.
Then for the second time, here,
Good look.
men.
The NBA is always ahead of the curve of any sports league. Mm-hmm. That's why in a couple of years it's going to overtake the NFL. It's going to overtake the NFL as far as popularity. I see it happening.
They both little patty cake. What Shaq call it? This little powder puff league.
Right.
So back in my day, this little powder puff ass.
Right. So sticking with the thing with women in sports, Carly Lloyd, she is a famous soccer player, played for Team USA, recently won the gold in the World Cup and everything. She recently kicked a few field goals for the Philadelphia Eagles.
It was the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because everybody been saying the Eagles. I'm like, bro, that is a Ravens jersey.
You know what?
All y'all need to
had
be
something
fired.
different. So my bad. Yeah, so the
No,
Baltimore
it ain't
Ravens.
just you. It's everybody who was
Okay.
saying the Eagles. Everybody in sports need to be fired. Y'all can't tell the parts your purples from your greens.
And she did a outstanding job. And she said that she even received some offers to even join the team during preseason.
She kicked a 55-yarder.
The way the kickers were last season, she'd easily make a
Chicago
line.
Bears, get out.
Bears?
Oh my God, y'all gonna let Cody live? He got a fingertip on it.
It was terrible. It was the worst.
Ping.
It was the worst overall kicking performance I've ever seen.
Ping. It's like
Yeah.
heard. Ping.
Sometimes you just see riff. It's like left, wide right,
Speaking of which,
They were outdoors in the wind. I don't know.
there was a fan who I think he went to like a football practice for the Vikings. You know Blair Walsh,
Yeah.
kicker?
Yeah.
So he's known for having his kicks being wide.
Yep.
There was a fan that had a jersey on, and the back of the jersey on the far left of the jersey had Walsh on there.
Damn.
On the far left, it had Walsh. Everything else was just
Everybody's just blank.
But on the far left, it had Walsh. I
Walsh.
said, "Wow."
You want to know what's funny? Sports Center, they reached out to somebody who tweeted that they could have made a kick, and they had to do the kick. It was horrible. It's like, y'all be talking about all this mess.
Just to a finger, man.
But you can't do it.
You can't do this.
On concrete.
And I hope that Annie is watching, or if she
But
watches
you
the
can't
show.
do it.
If she watches this show eventually, she can give us some
You don't have to
feedback.
get that sound bite now.
But do you
I was so
feel?
thinking that.
Do y'all feel that a woman can hold things down as a kicker?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And
I mean, when you look at it, the women's soccer team is better
Because
than
you're
any
really
of these
doing is
men's soccer
kicking
teams.
the ball. I mean,
but you know,
Oh, damn,
my whole
so-
thing is you right. See, he just
no.
Oh, damn.
No. Meaning that you're not out there.
you really feel. No,
You're not out there.
I know what you're saying.
punched.
It's like it's a valued position.
You just
It's the
amped it
least
up.
dangerous. So that way you ain't got to worry about getting hurt.
Yeah.
Because you can't. The rules are set to where you can't hit the kicker.
but like, here's my situation. So let's say the ball goes flying past the placeholder, and then she goes and try to get the ball, and it's on the ground. That's the part I'm thinking about. Like, is that safe? You know,
I mean,
because you know when that ball on the ground,
She better get it and kick it.
smooth. There's an all-women's football league,
She better.
and they hit. She'll be okay for first. She'll be all right.
I know what you're saying, but this is Carly Lloyd.
Right.
She ain't played women's football.
Right.
She plays soccer. They don't collide.
You see how coordinated some of these kickers are now? These men, they's coordinated, bro.
No, we're not talking about that. He's
Right.
talking about when you hike the ball
Contact from another
to
player.
the holder,
Right.
to the holder for the kick, and it misses. Then you got to run back and go get the ball.
Yeah.
At that point, ball is in play. You got to pick it up and run. You can't kick it. What you
Yeah,
gonna do when they pick it
well-
up and run? They gonna hit you.
Well, I mean, that's the risk you take. Playing football. I hate to, man. Well, I sound like the bad guy here.
I know what you're trying to
Damn,
say.
you do damn what you don't.
We like. I think we can safely say that's an aspect to this.
right?
You know, usually it's spot on, and it's the kicker just messing up the kick. It ain't never been an over hike,
All right, so
under hike.
last situation. All right, she doing kickoff. The returner goes all the way down the field, passes everybody up.
That ain't on her.
I know
But you have
saying.
one situation left. Her in the end zone. What does she do?
Honestly, that's on him.
That's on him.
You better.
Don't get messed up by it. First of all, you don't want to. First of all, anytime you do not want to get tackled by the kicker. Now you add the aspect that the kicker is a woman.
Man, he will never live that down.
Oh my lord.
He will never live that down.
Woo! Brother man got tackled by a woman in football.
I think
Making history on both
I
ends.
think this will happen. I think I really see this happening, and then once it happens, it ain't gonna be no thing. It ain't gonna be no thing. That's a woman kicker, okay.
You know what's crazy? Soccer players in general can do that and extend their athletic career.
It's not like we never seen women in active football before,
Right.
because it happened in D2. We've had woman kicker in D2 playing, and we haven't heard nothing, no incident.
Because
Good.
they catch the ball, hold it, and kick it.
I mean,
Goes without a hitch.
you haven't, you don't have heard about it, but it happens.
Yeah.
So it's gonna happen in D1, and then it's gonna happen in pros. It's gonna happen.
We shall see. Last thing for me, St. Louis' own Pat Maroon this past weekend.
Man,
Go!
He's gone to the Tampa Bay Lightning.
How?
that's what St. Louis teams does to their hometown people, man.
Well,
They never stick around. They never have them stick around. Yeah, David Freese.
yeah.
Well, David Freeze had
was
problems
different.
off the field.
Yeah, he had mental issues.
He had problems off the field.
He couldn't handle the spotlight.
He liked dark stuff, dark liquor, dark women.
Too. He did have a problem too. But he admitted that. He admitted
dark liquor and dark women. He loved
dark liquor and dark women.
I did not know
He
that.
loved the sisters, boy.
But now he did admit that the fame that he brought to himself after that great home run in the World Series, he couldn't handle all that fame, and he kind of got to a depressed state.
It wasn't in his nature, just knowing David Freeze is a player, he's a quiet player.
Yeah.
On the field.
On the field, yeah.
But off the field, it's a whole.
I don't know about the man's life off the field. I don't know.
But yeah, pretty much in a nutshell, the Blues just didn't have enough money to pay him.
But then he's getting paid half of what he was getting.
$900,000. But the Blues are like right at 1.2 mil, and they still have to sign other guys before they want to sign him. So it just wasn't gonna happen. But
They're thinking about those that perform throughout the whole season and not just a moment.
because his style of play, he's older and he's a big dude.
And I get it, I get it. We want the Blues. It hurts, but we want the Blues to be a franchise, like a franchise team. It's somebody that's gonna win year in, year out,
and
not just this 1 year wonder.
Yeah. So just want to say thank you for everything you've done with this team this past year. It was his one and only year with the Blues, but he made a lasting impression. So
live right down the street from me in Clayton. That's it.
So good luck to him. Like I said, the Blues are making change. Well, not changes like wholesale, but they have about 95% of their team back from last year. So
that's a good thing.
They in good position to be.
As long as when it comes to sign Bennington.
Oh, they already did.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
He got signed.
How long? What was his contract?
It was I think it's like a 3-year deal.
Okay, well we need to get them up the years when we get there.
So we have more comments here, or comment from Jay. He has Carly is the truth, but she weighs 140 pounds. If it comes down to her being involved in any collision, she may be in trouble, but she's a damn good kicker. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of 140-some pound kickers now.
And as a big dude coming their way,
right? They ain't built.
It's one kicker. I don't know what team it is.
No, Martin Grammatical.
Him.
Dude, small.
It's one kicker. I'm not sure if it was college or the NFL. And dude, he packs a punch. Like dude is.
Oh yeah, you see like Janikowski. He just
you just come in.
Chunky.
And boom. He says, shout out. Oh, this is J Love. That's what's up.
Oh, what up, man?
J Love, how you doing, bro? Long time no see. Hope everything is well with you.
He is a spoken word extraordinaire.
Yeah, legend in the game right now, man.
Yeah, he might as well.
Yeah.
I saw him. He was performing. Did his thing a little bit at the Slam last night, man.
That's what's up, man.
Doing what he do.
Thanks for the love, man. Please feel free to share this post, or should I say this video, with all your followers right now, so they can subscribe and click on that bell and check us out every Wednesday night or every week, because it may have some changes. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, so that's pretty much the roundtable for me. Y'all got anything else?
No.
Let's get into it, man.
We good to go.
That's about it.
All right. Once again, this is the Platform Sports Talk Show. Come with them comments all night long. Well, okay, for next hour and some change.
Yeah, because I ain't going to be here. I got to get some sleep.
I feel like these topics finna go real fast, because Bird Talk, they doing good. Downside, they just lost today. That's about it. Ain't nothing really bad to talk about right now.
I can't find anything.
Just keep it up. Shout out to Dexter Fowler for showing them why the hell we paid him all that money last night.
Like the homie Larry June, doing good.
Yeah, I know we've had our weeks in which we have criticized the team, but they're finally doing the things that we've been saying do.
And what we gonna do is what we did with the Blues and stuff.
I'm telling you, man, it's good timing. Because we only have a couple of games left.
Yeah, almost 20
now, let's keep it up until the end.
It's fascinating to me.
Keep it up.
It's fascinating to me that it's amazing how players react after you treat them like adults.
Huh? Who would have thunk it? Yeah. Who would have thunk it? You look, I didn't have it, man. I'm like, I would have hit it.
You know, prime example. You sent Harrison Bader down to the minor leagues. He came back. He found his game. He said that was the best thing that happened to him, was to go down there to Memphis, find his game again, get that swag. He came back up. Now the whole team, even though before he came back they were winning, but adding him back into the mix, the mold, the whole team has a different confidence to them. They have a whole different swag. They actually believe. They bought into everything Mike Short is saying, which leads me to also saying this. I know we talked about with Bree about Jeff Albert and the whole Mike Badaska thing. Looks like the team has bought in to getting that one message from Jeff Albert, because the team has been, prior to today's game, 6 runs, 12 runs, 11 runs. Like, guys are finally showing up. So it looks like they finally getting the message. So maybe we were wrong about, well, you know, I know Bree had some strong opinions about her, about Badaska being fired.
Yeah.
But it looks like the team is really showing out.
Listen,
offensively.
We still
Listen.
Mose Lock though. Like,
If anybody, I wish that's wrong about this whole situation, it's me. It ain't like people, despite public opinions. I love the Cardinals. I want them to do good.
I love you.
I love the Cardinals. So, hey, I want to be wrong so bad. I want them to go all the way and win the World Series. But I got high expectations. That's all, man. We just gotta keep this up. I hope they turn the corner, man. And what a time to do it. What a time to do it. We're right here in the last month of the season.
Yep.
So it's the time to do it. Going into September.
Shouts out to T-Bone. He said you are.
I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, T-Bone. I hope I'm wrong. And you know what? If I'm wrong, I know the first person who will point it out.
He gonna be like, aha, aha, aha. But yeah, Mike Schilt, shouts out to you. No problems right now. You're making grown man decisions. That's all
keep
we
doing
ask.
what y'all doing.
That's all we ask, man. So,
But my thing is, I just hope today wasn't a showing of what happens when they got hot, and I hope they didn't gas out.
because
hope
they
don't gas
are,
out.
they are a streaky team.
Because
Yeah.
that was our concern last year. They
We
gassed
got
out
one
at the
more
wrong
month.
time.
Anything can happen in one more month. Anything.
Anything can happen.
Anything?
I mean, when you think about the standings,
Ta-da! Nice segue
Yes.
to the standings.
Yeah, we're going to talk about why we're optimistic about the Cardinals right in a minute. But
Pretty much
first,
so. Let's
The
run these
American League.
bases.
run these bases.
I don't know what the hell that was.
Exactly.
I don't know what.
Can we do a replay on that?
That was
real
a
quick?
stand.
Let's run the bases.
If I could soundbite that, I would.
Oh Lord.
In the American League East, the New York Yankees has a commanding 11-game lead over the Rays.
Y'all, could it be that Boston is fighting for the playoffs for the first time in a while?
In a while, yes. You know, the Yankees right now sitting pretty. They getting ready. Yeah. It's a race.
I'm sorry, I jumped ahead and checked the wild card. They fighting.
They fight.
Man.
It's a pennant race. Anyway, in the AL Central, we got us a race here, man. Twins. Now they've increased their lead from last week. Now they're up 3.5 games over the Indians. So, you know, the Indians are still in that wild card race. We'll see about that later. And of course, Houston Astros, another commanding lead over their division foes, the Oakland Athletics.
I just want to highlight how at the beginning of the season, the Mariners were kicking ass.
The Mariners!
Now they getting their ass.
Kicking ass. Now they getting their ass kicked.
Now it's like the Mariners.
It's the mother. Oh, God.
The Mariners.
It's-
But wait, in the wild card, they're only 21 and a half games behind.
Only 21. Holy smokes, Batman.
It's better than Orioles.
Where they at, Stanley? In the wild card.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
If y'all saw his face from my view, Lord.
Woo!
Oh my God.
They at home prepping for Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Every other thing but their team.
Yeah.
So speaking.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So speaking of the wild card, Cleveland is up a half a game over the Oakland Athletics, and then right behind Oakland you have Tommy Pham and them Tampa Bay Rays. One game behind.
Boston.
6 games out
Boston.
for the second spot.
Come on, Boston.
Oh. How we looking in the NL?
All right, y'all. Y'all know who it is. It's Stanton going over these NL standings. I'm going to start in the West.
Stanton, baby.
The Dodgers. That's it. That's the West.
It's a laughable lead.
Like, that's it. That's the West.
See you laughing, right? It's a laughable lead.
In the East, Atlanta has the top spot with the Washington Nationals 5.5 games behind.
Man, the Phillies have slipped, man.
They slipping. They falling.
And they can't get up.
Oh, what a difference a player makes.
What a difference.
Dang, it's been a while. But the NL Central. I'm gonna start at the bottom.
Uh-oh.
And I'm gonna work my way up to the top. Ain't nothing changed. It still does my heart good to say that the Pittsburgh Pirates are playing like bottom right now, because that's where they at, the bottom. Who was that?
Exactly.
For Fox Sports South for Miami. The bottom. The bottom. 3. The bottom. And above them, Cincinnati. Yeah. At least they know that. Look, they're playing like a team that has nothing to lose.
Man.
Because they don't.
Right.
Because they don't.
That's why the pitcher ran alone.
Right.
To a mob of black and gold. Or black and yellow, excuse me. And just got to swinging. Milwaukee just handed us a loss, but it's okay. They're still 5.5 games out of first. That one team on the north side of Chicago still playing like ass. But the team that is up top, the cream of the crop, the team that as of yesterday had the best 10-game record and had a 6-game win streak. But the Brewers just came out and they were like, not today. I'm talking about the St. Louis Cardinals, baby. We are 73-59. I was thinking, man, if we win in 50, if we stay at 58 losses, I truly believe that through some weird way, we can get right at 100, like probably 97. I feel like we can do it.
Keep on winning, man.
You know, yeah.
I feel like we could be a 90.
Because I predicted them not to even cross
90.
90.
I feel like we could be a 90s team.
And then,
Of course, the Dodgers are already damn there.
Right.
And then when you look at the wild card,
They're going to win 100.
you have the Nationals at the top spot, 3 games up, and right behind
them damn Cubs.
And then you have Phillies, 2 games behind the Cubs. The Mets still in there, 3 games behind. Brewers, 3 games behind. Arizona Diamondbacks, 4. San Fran, 5.5. So still pretty tight in the wild card. So Cardinals, keep on winning. Don't worry about the wild card. Do your thing.
Yeah.
Don't worry about tomorrow.
About that.
Play for today.
Yeah, man. Good times. Good times. And we also have a comment from PS4 John Gotti. Says, where KM? And KM is working. That's why he ain't been on the show in a minute. Hopefully we can get him back, eventually.
Oh, yeah.
So we can have some more conversation out of football. We'll be back starting next Thursday.
And his little team playing, whatever.
Yeah. So he happy he saw that one guy in the top 5 again.
Yeah. I almost said something. They
They gonna give him top 5 because he privileged.
Uh-oh. Privilege. All right.
That's another story.
Yeah. Up next, speaking of football, no more luck in Indy. So I was
Luck just ran out.
So I was chilling in the crib, right? Just mind my own business. All of a sudden, I got like a message on my phone pop up. Retired? What?
Honestly,
I had to see it during the football game, the Miami-Florida game. And I'm like, this just in. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm thinking like I thought something happened. Andrew Luck retired. Yeah, something did happen. He retired. Like wow.
Honestly, I'm not surprised.
You know what? You know what?
I'm not.
I'm not either.
Yeah.
Because when you look at the career he's had, the hits he's taken, and the injuries, and the way he broke it down, that does something to your mental. When you're more in a rehab facility than you are on the field, that messes with you.
Yeah.
And so he was like, I'm choosing me.
And a lot of cats now, they're thinking about how I'm going to be after I retire. He doesn't want to be to the point where he don't know his kids' names, or he can't run with his kids, or
Right.
You know what I'm saying, with your wife, whoever.
Didn't he say he hurt his spleen
Man,
or something like that?
Dude just has some.
I don't even know how the hell you hurt your
crazy
spleen.
injuries. It's amazing, but
Oh, that was Ryan Clark. I'm gonna fight Ryan Clark.
It might have been.
But automatically I thought about Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson, the great Jim Brown, guys that left early. It's amazing, but I commend him.
I mean,
as you were saying, I commend him in regards to him being courageous and saying, you know what, enough is enough.
I mean, I'm gonna save that for what if, man.
In the Calvin Johnson sense,
I'm gonna save it for what if.
I feel like he
Never thought.
even though his career was short, it seemed like he was playing forever.
It seemed like.
But he did like 1 year in college and then just went, didn't he?
You know, with Calvin, man, I was saying that Luck is the next Barry Sanders. No, it was Calvin Johnson.
Like
Most definitely
to
a T, because you knew he had some good years left. I mean, he was on a roll, and he would have thrived in a decent offense. I mean, he had a decent enough quarterback, but the line was terrible. So every time he tried to throw the ball to him, he was getting hit. And Calvin was like, dang, where the ball at? So he just got frustrated.
Came the Rams.
He got frustrated. He wanted to go to another team to win, sort of like Barry Sanders, and he just said, you know what, forget it, I'm just going to retire.
Remember Robert Smith from the Vikings?
Yeah, Robert Smith.
I was between
People, yeah,
he was that deal too.
He was.
And left.
yeah, because he was one of those dual threats. He could run and catch the ball,
Do you
and
recall,
people don't never talk about Robert Smith.
Do you recall how many years old boy from the Bills played before he retired during halftime?
I think he played for a little bit.
We were talking about that. Me and the musician at my church, we were talking about that. I was like, man, can't nothing top that.
Man.
Because we were talking about Lucky Simon. Can't nothing top that.
At halftime.
We were talking about how it happened. He was like, yeah, he was running the tunnel. Hold on, y'all, I got to tie my shoe. And he ran off to his car. He got a remote start car, so he had the remote tucked in the shoulder pad. He just got in the car and drove with the top down in his gear. Went home. Daddy, why are you here? I can't do this no more.
Daddy's home.
He was like, what about your clothes at the locker? I wore sweats on purpose. I knew I was going to do this before the game started.
And the Bills was like this, man.
What's funny about the whole situation?
Same way them fans were.
Right.
What's funny about the whole situation is that I remember when he was talking about it, the play that happened, it's like, damn. When he got dusted, he was like,
That's when you realize.
he was like,
I ain't got it.
nope. He was like, these young motherfuckers too fast for me.
So T-Bone says, hey, I fully support him retiring, but now the great debate of Luck versus Manning is over. I never knew it was a debate.
It was a debate?
I never knew it was one.
It's too. It was unfair. I
Was
mean,
it a one-sided debate?
it was a debate by default because of who he
Same,
followed.
yeah.
But really,
Like
you
the
can't
Aaron
compare.
Rodgers,
You
Brett
can't
Favre?
compare the Peyton Manning that had an offense, that had a great offensive line, that had that great offensive system, great offensive coach. He had everything in place. You can't compare. And then he was great himself. One of the once in a generation type quarterback. And now to compare him to Andrew Luck that has none of those things, he was great himself. He was pretty good. But he didn't have all those tools that Peyton Manning had. It was just an unfair comparison.
Like you said,
From the jump.
it was by default. It's like with Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. It's like whoever the hell got to follow Drew Brees.
Yeah.
Or whoever got to follow
okay.
Tom Brady.
So
it's going
T-Bone-
to be an unfair thing.
Yeah.
T-Bone explained himself. He said, no, it was about whether they should have cut Manning and choose Luck when it happened.
Did they cut Manning?
Yeah, they did. And that was a smart move by the organization because at that point
They knew Manning wasn't the same.
Manning was coming off that neck
Exactly.
injury. There's no telling what you would get.
Now
Couple
that'll be a comparison right there.
that with the line that they was going to have. Like the line was going downhill then.
Right. And a lot of people are blaming.
Line was going down because Jeff Saturday was, I think, retired then, and there was a lot of pieces that were falling off that was retiring.
Now, a lot of folks are blaming the previous regime, the previous owner, whoever GM, for.
You talking about Irsay?
No, before him. For I think Irsay, he's the owner, I believe.
He's the owner, yeah.
The former GM.
Okay.
I forgot his name. I'm sorry, but they're saying that he could be the reason why Luck retired because you never provided him with a good O line.
Yeah, because he was always just trying to piece these little pieces together. Like you gotta build a foundation. You gotta protect your merchandise.
You want to know how you know the Colts messed up? Because they were like, "No, you can keep the money we were supposed to pay. Right, we did you wrong."
Right.
Like it was $24.8 million.
Something like that.
You
could have got back to it.
You got a franchise quarterback. You got to make sure you protect him. That's just period. That's your first priority, and they didn't do a good job at it.
Your first priority is to win.
Win now.
Just win, baby.
T-Bone says, "Well, now Manning won 1-0."
Yeah, I guess.
Yep, but yeah, like you said, Manning had the injury issues, leaving out, and then Luck started having them 2 years in,
Is it the curse of the Colts?
something like that. So Jacoby, what's his last
Nah,
name?
it's just a terrible
Brisket.
team.
No,
Brisket. What is the man's name? I don't.
Brissett.
Yeah,
Brissett?
However,
T-Bone says,
You got me calling him Brisket now.
right. T-Bone says that was all because they always made the roster based on Manning,
That
like
is
they
true.
do LeBron.
Yeah, you know what? Manning was a big part of it, but they forget that offense was on all 4 cylinders.
like back then,
Every aspect of that offense was perfect, right to the coach. Gary, I think his name is Gary Mudd, that was there for years. And it was there to a T. Just imagine if the Rams would kept Dick Vermeil and had Mike Martz as the offensive coordinator that whole run with that team.
2, baby.
Man,
2, 3.
would have been nice.
2 or 3.
That probably would have killed Tom Brady.
You know that's a great what if.
Yeah.
Well, let me give my answer. It would have killed Tom Brady.
No, but I got
Tom who?
I got a what if in comparison
Jerome
to this
Rutherford.
conversation. That's going to be a little later.
T-Bone says, was it worth it for one championship?
Yeah, because that's the goal at the end. They got their ring. They don't care.
And
It's sad to say.
I believe
It could've been 3 or
T-Bone,
4.
from previous conversations that we've had with him about organizations, I think T-Bone is on the mindset of build for the future, not win right now.
Yeah.
T-Bone, correct me if I'm wrong, but let me know, man. But
Ain't
yeah,
nobody trying to build for the future. People are impatient. That's the problem. People in sports are impatient. I'm guaranteeing. If Zion, I'm just going to switch because we're still talking about sports. If Zion has a horrible 3-game streak, they're going to be like, get rid of this man. What is he doing?
But
Get him out
on the
of here."
flip side, you look at a team like the Browns. For years they was losing, but over those same years they were building. They sucked. Now
Over what same years?
No.
They built in 1 year.
that wasn't 1 year. That wasn't a 1 year deal. I mean that team was being built over the past 5 to 6 years, and you look at. I can go down the list of who they were picking up. They were picking up role players on offensive line, defensive line, and they built that what they call the inside out.
And they were still garbage.
And then after they built from the inside out, that's when they brought in the role players like a Baker Mayfield and all these other different trades and things. They've been doing things over the past few years.
So you said Baker Mayfield and the trade, which they got Jarvis Landry. That what you're talking about? That all happened last year.
Right. I said after
They just spent years of like, well, we're gonna throw it on the wall and see if it sticks.
after they got a lot of the role players that don't get the shine, that made that team pretty good last year.
Let me tell you something. The Browns.
You can't be a good defense with just one player.
The Browns were the Cubs of the NFL. Let's just call it what it was. They people coming to the game knew they was
well. I won't say that because the Cubs, they had winning seasons. They just couldn't get to. They didn't have enough wins to go to the playoffs.
Okay, so they're the Super Cubs.
The Browns always pretty much lost.
Yeah,
Cubs they did win, but not enough to go overcome. It was just a situation where they got those right players at the right time, and the right time was last year. Mm-hmm. Now they're in the conversation of. Will they get to the playoffs and how far will they go?
I'll never forget when they won that one game. Boy, all them riots, you would have thought that somebody would have won the national championship. They set the city ablaze. Right. They were like, yeah,
I won a year.
We did it. That's how I feel.
And the Browns are some of the most loyal. You talk about loyal fan bases. They're like one of the great fan bases in all of sports.
I'd say they tied with. They tied with the Cubs because anytime Cubs fans could just sit there.
No, they better than Cubs fans, man. I'm talking about all the sports. I'm talking about when you talk about fan bases like the Red Sox fan base, or you talk about the Lakers fan base, who's like
how about the
this
Celtics?
large fan. Yeah, Celtics fan base. They're in that conversation of great fan bases. Browns. They invented like back in the 90s the dog pound chant and everything. I mean, it came from
why they invented that? Because they was in that place, dumb drunk, to drown away there.
They were the dog. They were the dog pound. They had that. They had that
funky conversation.
T-Bone had a response. He says, "You lose your mind over the Cardinals sticking with what worked." Then he says that was one in like 15 years. I believe he's talking about Peyton Manning winning the championship. Then he says, Patriots built for years versus trying to give in to what the QB wanted. So yeah, he's about longevity, building up a team for years to come and stuff. We're just focusing on trying to build a team for just one guy for 1 year.
Bump that. We focusing on now.
Yeah, T-Bone, explain if you don't mind the part you said you lose your mind over the Cardinals sticking with what worked. He may be talking about like how the transition.
Yeah, he's probably talking about
to Matheny to Shield.
Yeah, he's probably I don't know. I mean, he's probably talking about the conversation I was saying that the Cardinals, they're not doing the things that they're supposed to be doing, and they're losing. And me not being happy about that. But I mean, we're both saying the same thing. Now they're starting to do a couple of different things, and now they're winning.
They're making adult decisions.
Right. I think it's a situation, if you say something, I agree. And if I say something, see, you're going crazy. It's just the way it is.
You're losing your mind.
You're losing your mind.
You're losing your freaking mind, man.
All right.
I knew it was coming. The minute you asked him, I was like, all right, what man out of here till now?
We're here for like 10:30.
We were so on track. We were doing good.
Hold on real quick, T-Bone.
We were doing great.
We were doing great. We were going great, wasn't we?
We're still going great, y'all.
We had technically 2 more topics.
We got 2 more topics, and then that was it. Now
we had 2 more than the regulars.
Yeah.
T-Bone, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right. Just checking out the show. Being a long-time listener.
Appreciate you. What you got for us?
Look, all I'm saying about the just going back with Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck, when Luck was drafted and they were looking to move on, there was this huge thing for that time frame, for that couple years. I know it's been a while, but of whether they should have cut Peyton Manning and go with this new direction, because Peyton Manning contributed so much to them for so many years. And yes, he may have a year or 2 left, but is it the right thing to do to get rid of that guy, right? Mm-hmm. And I hear you all on the other side say, for the Cardinals, man, they should just throw some of these people to AAA and AA, send them down so that, we can get these new guys in here. Mm-hmm. But the point is, as an example, where did that get the Colts? Now, I know this is an extreme example, and this isn't something that happens all the time, but this also goes to, like you were saying, of what my mentality is, of why I would not mortgage my future by trying to get LeBron James on my team. It's not worth it. Because you may try to get in and get that 1 year of success, but it's almost like the 2004 Lakers, where they just tried to do everything they could to get all these all-stars on the team, and that's what broke up. That's when their team started going downhill, when they did that. And then they didn't make it back for like another 4 years after that. So, you know, with Luck, yeah, he seemed like the bright future, but Manning wound up winning another Super Bowl and was always competitive every year that he played. So
Now,
that's where that came from.
Well, yeah, hindsight is 2020. Manning did win the Super Bowl with the Broncos, and he was resilient and was able to overcome the neck injury. But keep in mind, though, when he was cut at that time, a lot of the key players and coaches were either retiring or leaving the team. And so at that time, it was a big turnover happening, and they seen that coming. And the organization had to make a tough decision because at the time, the Peyton Manning had lost the season because of the neck injury. And, you know, it's a neck injury and with nerve damage, so you don't know what you're going to get. And he's up in age, and he was up in age, and the team was changing around him. So they had to make a decision, and they chose to let him go.
And if it were me, I would have chose Luck too. Like I'm not saying like, oh yeah, this was a clear no-brainer. Yeah, I would have chose Luck more so because his salary would have been a lot less than Peyton Manning's. But what you were saying about Irsay and the previous regime, the reason why they probably would have structured the roster the way that they did is because those years when they had Manning, they catered that roster what would work for Peyton Manning. They would develop the offense to be the way that he wanted versus focusing so much on the defense. So when you got Luck, they're not in the position of knowing how to tailor a roster for a system. They were tailoring a roster for a quarterback. So I can understand why that may take a few years for them to figure things out, and obviously it didn't work out that well. But yeah, I mean, I'm more of a plan for the years, and as far as the 1-15, what I meant with that is that yeah, they did all these things to cater to Peyton Manning, but that got them one Super Bowl in the 15 years that he was there, or however many years it was. I think look at what they got there, 96?
Close.
Left in like 2000.
Yeah, it was close to 15, something like that.
Yeah. So all I'm saying is that if the Cardinals went
He got there in
15 years
98.
without getting a championship, it'd be the worst thing in the world for you.
Say that again?
I said if the Cardinals went 15 years without winning the championship, you want everybody fired.
Yeah, and especially if you gone a decade and a half with winning. Yes, I would be wanting everybody gone.
He was there for 12.
Absolutely.
Well, we've already gone up and down with the Cardinals.
Yeah.
And I know that you're a true fan. Only true fans complain that much.
Yeah, and I was gonna say you was talking about the Cardinals and how we were saying send guys to the minors, and for other guys. The only reason why I said that was, and it was actually proven true, that when you had guys like Harrison Bader not performing to where he should be, send him down to reset himself and bring up someone else who was hot in the minors to hold his spot. And now you see he came back, he's doing his thing. Matt Carpenter, we knew he wasn't doing his thing. He had injuries. Sit him down, let him reset. It wasn't about let him stay in the minor leagues forever.
Right.
Just to a point in which they found their game back. So then when they get it, come on back to the big league squad and now do what we used to you doing.
And then at the same time, if those guys are performing in the minor leagues,
Reward them.
and have them up there and not just and more for just and more than just 1 or 2 weeks. Give them a chance to get in there and show himself.
Because I thought you were saying, hey, we got these guys who have the hot bats
in minor league, bring them up indefinitely. Like, take the guys who've been on your team and who have gotten you to the point where you're at, and just toss them aside for these younger guys who you don't really know what they're going to do or not do.
Right. Well, we wasn't saying like indefinitely. We just saying give them more time. Don't bring them up for like a couple of games, and they don't really have enough at bats to even show you what they got, and then send them right back down.
And that's why I said they are making grown man decisions now. Don't allow a player to continue to get worse and worse as the months go on, and to a point in which that player lost confidence in himself. Don't wait till it's too late. If you see a bad trend, hold up, go ahead and go down, get tuned back up, and then once you found it, come on back up. That's all I was saying.
And that makes sense.
So, and like I said, look at what they're doing now. Them guys who were struggling earlier, they're starting to come around because the coach finally made those decisions. You know what? And sometimes it takes, I'm going to start playing this guy over you. The kind of like send a message. Like, let me get my game right. Let me see what I got to do to get back to what I used to do.
But you gotta break the ice with somebody. You can't just start doing it just out the blue. It's gotta be that one person you break the ice with when you start doing stuff like that.
Right.
I think Matt Carpenter was the icebreaker.
He's actually going through it right now. He used to start. Now he's off the bench.
I mean, we were
But
talking
he's
about
always
him.
been a team player.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's good. You got to have guys like that who say, it's not about me starting every day. It's about me being a factor on the team. That's what he wants to do.
Here's the deal, though. With Carpenter, just a year ago, he was in the conversation for MVP.
Right.
And for him to be sent down, that's a one heck of an icebreaker there. Would you say?
Now, the main reason why he was sent down wasn't because of performance. It was because he got injured.
Okay. I thought it was because he wasn't hitting.
No, it was injuries.
Okay.
But it actually helped that he was injured so he can go down there and spend more time that he wouldn't have spent.
Okay.
So
I thought it was
he
because
can
he was hitting.
find his swing, even though he still hasn't fully found his swing yet.
Okay.
That's why he's not starting every game like he was. But like I said, making grown man decisions. That's all we ask you to do.
Yeah, but I don't want to send your show into an overrun.
Oh.
Just want to elaborate on the comments there.
I just went back to the YouTube.
But I am going to write a new thing about kind of this upcoming wrestling war that's coming up. But I'm going to write about it versus talking about it.
Your thoughts on King of the Ring at this time? Is it going the way you thought, or is it going a little bit different?
Who did I say you was going to win?
Baron Corbin.
That's who I
And
picked
that's who's
too.
going to win. Ain't nothing changed.
That's who I picked too. We ain't seen him in a minute. It's only right.
Only right.
Yeah, I mean,
I saw him in a crown one day. I think somebody put him in a crown or something like that.
He probably did that.
put it on.
Okay, you put it on. Okay. I
But
I
so
haven't
did-
been watching, so I don't know.
Elias.
Huh?
But well, yeah, I mean, it could come up to be a swerve, but I seriously doubt it. At minimum, he'll make it to the finals, but I'm pretty sure I'm putting at 90% that he's gonna win.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in, giving us your point of views. Once again, T-Bone. Hope everything's going well with a little one and your wife.
A lot better.
Good.
Good. That's excellent, man.
All right, man. Prayers up to you and your family, man.
And I throw up the I throw up the white flag, T-Bone. You don't need to come after me, man.
I'll be sure to check in the show next week, guys. I'll tune in right on time.
All right, bro, man. Have a good. Oh,
right.
I know there's supposed to be a big storm heading your way. Is that correct?
Well, funny that you should ask, because the reason why I hadn't been listening for probably the first hour or so was we were at the store looking to get some water, which is sold out, but that's okay. They'll have another shipment coming in tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, y'all be safe out there. What, like some kind of category storm or?
Category 3.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So everyone out
But
there.
you're in Orlando, so it's more inland, right in the middle, right?
In 2017, they told us that the hurricane was not really coming our way. Then they were like, oh, it's going to go towards Tampa. And that's what they kept projecting probably for the, day or so before. And then all of a sudden the day of, they were like, there's a shift. Looks to be going going from Orlando. Be safe, everybody. That's what they That's how they do.
Hey, it's coming to you. Hope you make it.
Right. Better run.
Can't go nowhere. Can't go nowhere the day of.
So, okay.
Yeah, so for you and everyone out there in that area, y'all be safe, man.
Yep. All right.
All right, brother.
We'll catch you on the flip.
All right, now. That was T-Bone.
Oh, see, you're going crazy.
Uh-oh.
This is where it is.
Whoops.
Well,
That wasn't the plan.
Oh, it's been a long time.
Right. Where'd that come from? No.
You know where it came from.
you know what it is.
Uh-oh, man. Wait a minute.
You know, oh, Lord, we
Saddam-
everywhere.
Saddam-
We everywhere.
What I do?
So Daw's cord was hitting the screen.
Hold on.
We everywhere.
Hold on.
Behind the scenes.
Hold on.
Who's up there?
Jesus? No.
Did I do that?
Right.
I fixed that.
All right, so last week we did best QBs in each division in the NFL.
Oh, it's time.
Now we're doing the running backs.
This is going to be a breeze.
All right, with that being said,
Yeah.
Stan,
Every time he says that,
Stan, set it off, man. What you got for us?
All right, so I'm going to start in the NFC. I'm going to go in cardinal direction order. NFC North, I've got Tariq Cohen or Dalvin Cook, depending on who gets injured first. NFC South, I have Alvin Kamara with a sleeper of Christian McCaffrey. Keep an eye out for him. He's been having good seasons. NFC East, I have Saquon Barkley because who else? And then NFC West, I got Ty Gurley because, come on, it's Gurley.
all
I ain't
right.
worried about knee problems. He came into the league with knee problems.
All right, we're going NFC. NFC North, I have Dalvin Cook for the Vikings. All right. NFC South, I have Alvin Kamara for the Saints. In the NFC West, of course, I got Ty Gurley. And in the NFC East, I pick Ezekiel Elliott.
Really?
Yeah.
You gonna pick somebody who ain't even playing this season?
Well, he balls out, man. He balls out.
You gonna pick somebody sitting down?
He probably gonna sign before week 1. Watch.
It don't matter. You said best running back.
I don't think he gonna sign. Week 1 is like
Saquon is dope now.
Oh yeah.
week 1 is.
I
like
ain't say all that. But
Yeah.
Ezekiel Elliott got the crown right now.
Week 1 is next week. I don't think he gonna sign.
My NFC picks are actually the same as Sadal. Zeke, Gurley, Dalvin Cook, and Alvin.
Y'all really think
Kamara.
Zeke gonna sign? And we got the season start next week, don't it? Y'all really think he gonna sign?
It's possible.
After what Jerry Jones did.
They did offer him one of the biggest contracts in running back history last week. Second behind Gurley.
So if it's second behind Gurley, then that don't mean it's the biggest one.
My thing is,
he won't above Gurley. He ain't getting it. Jerry Jones ain't finna shell out that money.
I don't see the big, like, why do you have to be so extra in regard? You're already getting $30 million plus. Why are you making it such a big deal? It's the ego pride thing.
You want to know why he's making such a big deal? Because I guarantee you, without Zeke, them Cowboys ain't finna do what y'all think they finna do.
He's looking out for
you gonna
number
leave
one.
it to Dak?
He's looking out for himself. If he can finagle the Cowboys to get him that money, he's gonna do it. He's gonna try.
So you mean you tell me that he's gonna have a hard knock life if he gets $35 million compared to $40 million?
No, I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying.
That's my thing.
I'm just saying.
He's just asking.
I can't live if I don't get at least $40 million.
When in your lifetime you can get extra money like this, ever in your lifetime or anybody's lifetime, hey, shoot your shot.
He's just asking to be paid for. His
I'm not
contribution
saying
to the team.
I'm not saying he's worth it. I'm just saying, shoot your shot when you get it.
My thing
And
is,
it's like let's go back to my running back. You know, we was talking about Melvin Gordon.
yeah.
It was the same thing. I'm like, hey, he may not be the truth or anything, but hey, if you go get that money,
My thing
It's
is
not
like
the same.
it's like, okay, you Todd Gurley
okay,
and I'm Zeke Elliott.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, bruh, I deserve more than you.
maybe, but I'm still gonna try.
Good luck with that one. But yeah, it's come on, yeah.
You always gotta act in your best interest, man.
And then how you gonna try to demand more than the Gurley or whatever, but you got more issues off the field.
Why? Why not?
That's crazy. Like, man,
Why not?
Because clearly Jerry Jones don't give a damn about off-field issues.
Closed mouth don't get fed.
or close holes.
Moving on to the AFC.
Anyway, what I was
please.
saying is, when you look at the contribution that Ezekiel Elliott brings to the team, and when you look at the anticipation of
the
Dak
proclamation.
Prescott having to be the one to be the main offensive person, it don't look good. It really don't. I wouldn't put all my chips in the Dak basket. Nope, not at all.
And here's what's crazy about Gurley's situation is that he, like to your point, he may not be as valuable to the Rams because of so many other weapons that they have with being under McVay, like what Zeke brings to the Cowboys too. So
I'm sorry, what?
Gurley may not have as much value on the Rams as what Zeke's value would be for the Cowboys. I mean, look what they did.
I agree with that.
Prime example, look what happened in the playoffs last year. Who carried the Rams running back squad in the playoffs? It wasn't Gurley.
No.
See the answer. He didn't play one game. Well, he played what 4 or 5 games in the regular season.
But in the efforts of the Cowboys, conversely, who was carrying that? It was Zeke Elliott.
Yeah.
First of all,
Here we go.
we all know. Well, we knew Zeke was having knee problems. It came out afterwards that it was arthritis. We knew he was having knee
You
problems.
mean Gurley?
Yeah, Gurley was having knee problems. We knew that. Ain't nothing wrong with Zeke. And then when you look at it in the regular season, if Gurley hadn't missed that one game, he would have been rushing leader for the season. It was that one game that he missed, or those 2 games at the end of the season, because of the knee. I'm telling you, Gurley, if it didn't show in the Super Bowl, God dang it, Gurley is necessary. That's why he got paid what he got paid.
Nobody's saying that, man.
Jared
I'm just
Goff
saying.
froze up.
We are just saying
And it
that
ain't-
it just means more to the Cowboys to have a Zeke Elliott.
It's pretty much back in your point that you made earlier. Your I don't want to say the word, but your point that you had about Zeke being more valuable with the Cowboys and demanding more money because he knows his worth could be more valuable.
You gotta know your worth, man.
Yeah.
That's just any aspect of life.
All right. So now AFC.
AFC North, Mark Ingram of the Baltimore Ravens. AFC South, Derrick Henry. I don't know why I put David Henry. I don't know who I was thinking about.
David?
Derrick Henry from the Tennessee Titans. AFC East, Le'Veon Bell. AFC West, Carlos Hyde.
That's a nice a different list. I wasn't expecting that list.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that at
Yeah, surprising.
all. All right. Sadal.
Okay, AFC North, I got Mark Ingram playing for
The Ravens.
the Ravens. Yes, thank you. AFC South, I have Leonard Fournette for the Jaguars. AFC East, LaShawn McCoy. Shady McCoy out there in the Buffalo Bills. And in the West, I have Melvin Gordon.
Mine.
Really? Another person who ain't playing? You picking these non-playing running backs.
But see, the thing is, we're not taking into account that they're not signed. We're talking about who is the best player in that division.
Right.
So in the East, I have Le'Veon Bell.
Okay.
West, I have Melvin Gordon. Now, of course, things could change if all of a sudden he's gone. Then
Yeah, I mean,
but as of right now, in the North,
Y'all out here being optimistic.
in the North, I'm going with Kareem Hunt. Now he's with the Browns. I know he's not playing yet because he's suspended. But I feel like he's the best one out the bunch over Marvin. What's his name?
Mark Ingram.
Excuse me. And the South, I have Leonard Fournette and his son. If you ain't seen the video, you see the video?
Oh, his son trucked them.
Oh my!
His son went, BAM! I was like,
I don't think I seen that one though. I think I was thinking of another one where this little league football player had tackled the mess out of this running back.
It wasn't that one.
Okay, it was another
It
one.
was the other way around. It
was the other way around.
It was the defender bouncing off of Leonard Fournette's son.
he lowered his shoulders and yeah.
You gotta show me this out of this.
all in the
Like
sun.
you recall on Black Panther when his sister made that new bodysuit and she said, kick it. And so the first time he kicked it and the suit fell down, she said,
Right.
But then the second time, she said, all right, now, go ahead and do it.
again.
He kicked it and he flew all the way back.
Right.
That's how the player did.
Delete that footage. Delete the footage.
That's how the player did. It was gruesome. So yeah, that was
I gotta
it.
see that in the show.
Next week we will discuss the wide receivers.
Boy, that's gonna be easier than.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot easier than the running
way
backs. Like I said, it's a passing league right now.
All right. So as we discussed earlier, in regards to the pre-show, there's a man that came back to LA last week, Dwight Howard. I know Brian Baker is so excited. But
He's
Dwight
doing
Howard,
a real good job of hiding it too.
Right,
He's masking
right.
it with.
He's going back to Cali.
wrong page.
California.
Yeah, so Dwight Howard signed a 1-year deal with the Lakers. They pretty
That's all that
much
could pay him.
right. They're I think one of the reasons of the way he's getting paid is they want to make sure that he's still hungry, that he still has it.
Yeah.
They said that he worked out LeBron, saw him, AD, and they were impressed by the hunger that he had working out. You know,
And he's not the main focus.
right. So it's like, now, are you going to be all in, or are you going to let other issues stop you from, being that center that we need on the team? It's going to be interesting. Do you
Yeah, I
think?
know he's gonna be starting, right?
No, I don't think so.
Yes, he is.
They-
Because JaVale McGee gonna get hurt.
Nah, I mean,
well, yeah.
that'll be the
It
reason
happens.
why.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It happens.
Yeah, that'll be
He
the
gonna
reason.
get hurt. Dwight gonna be starting. Everybody's like, he coming off the bench. I give him 3 weeks.
3. Okay.
I give him 3 weeks into the season. JaVale goes down. Not with something like season ended, but he just goes down. Like tweaks his knee or something. Goes down.
Okay. So, they removed it.
It's cool. I got it on Bleacher Report.
All right, cool. That's what I
You
got.
got what we gonna show me?
Oh, it sucks.
That's on Twitter.
Nah, it was gonna be on Bleacher, but yeah,
Yeah, they took it off of their Twitter. It's still on the app.
that sucks. All right, but yeah, going back to Dwight Howard. Sorry about that, y'all. Do you think that this second time around is gonna be better?
I mean, how bad can it get?
Oh, it can get bad.
It was pretty bad, yeah.
It was bad. It was bad before. I think he can get better. It can't be worse. It can't be worse than the last few years. It can't be worse than the last few years. Because he's in a situation now where you're surrounded by superstars. You're not the focal point. You're a role player, and then you can be free to just improve.
Unless he can't play because he's hurt again.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not the end of the world.
Ooh-wee.
It's not the end of the world.
Pass that down.
There you go. Enjoy.
Okay.
I want to see Sadal's reaction. Everyone in the world watching.
Okay.
Here we go. He gets the ball.
Oh wow. Oh man, like he hit a brick wall in
And the little kid,
reverse.
he was like,
It's like the brick wall hit him.
look, and you see the kid trying to get up.
He's like, he just rolled over.
Hey, that was probably that kid's last play ever in football.
He was like-
he gonna change.
I don't want to play no more, mommy.
I want to play tennis.
Not that we have anything against tennis players.
No, it just less contact.
Why am I having to save y'all ass today? You with the Carly Lloyd and you with this. Good Lord.
Thanks for having our back, Stan. We appreciate you. Well, yeah, man. So we'll see if Dwight can bring some of that D12 oil from Orlando.
Or D39 in this case.
Right.
WD-40.
He's
Yeah.
wearing the number 39
39.
this time around for some reason.
They said he's the first ever Laker with that number.
Huh, okay, that's
I hope you
random.
don't mean your number gonna get. I hope you know your number ain't getting retired.
Not anytime soon,
Number
bro.
39 retired.
At number 39, Dwight Howard.
That's a good question. Do you think that his number will be retired in Orlando?
Nope. It's because of his exit. It's not happening.
I mean, it should be.
Just like 35 ain't getting retired in OKC. Now Zero gonna get
How did
retired.
he leave in Orlando? Refresh my memory.
He just shook and signed with the Lakers.
Right.
Oh.
He saw an opportunity, like Shaq.
Oh, well, Shaq's number retired, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Shaq won 3 rings.
But no.
Now with Orlando.
Orlando.
Oh, I thought y'all were talking Lakers.
I would say so. Dwight Howard was a big deal in Orlando.
Superman.
I see it.
No, I don't see it.
All right, well, we'll see what happens. All right. We have, congrats, you are right. Anybody?
We're not studying on, we're not doing standings for college football?
Nah.
Okay.
We'll do it next week.
Yeah. It was only the first game.
Get that full slate of games in.
Yeah.
It was only the first game. We did it before. We did it before they ain't snapped.
But it ain't the first. But the week, the first full week hasn't passed yet.
But the week.
I'm telling you, I'm tired. I came in this thing dog tired,
Came in
man.
this thing.
That ain't what he was gonna say.
I came in this motherfucker.
I don't even think
It could have been worse.
came in this dog tag.
All right, so pretty much no congrats, you're right.
No.
I think I have a is this your leader? I think I have one today.
I ain't got one. Wasn't no leadership questioning over here.
All right, here we go. This your leader. So this is in comparison to two guys who careers were cut short due to injuries and they had problems in careers. Who would you feel would be the better leader? Andrew Luck or Brandon Roy from the Portland Trail Blazers?
Brandon Roy.
Yeah, Brandon Roy. Yeah.
Cause you see what what's he coaching? High school now?
Yeah.
Them some bad mom.
Yeah.
And Luck was a good quarterback. I didn't see him as a rah-rah leadership type of guy. You know what I mean? He was good. He was good, as far as leadership.
Something brewing in your mind. What's happening?
It is. But it wouldn't be fair. Because LeBron's son is on the other team. I was gonna be like, if you take Brandon Roy's high school team, put him against LeBron Jr. and them, that still ain't fair.
Yeah, because Bronny got Zaire Wade on the team.
And then they Scottie Pippen's son on the team or something?
I'm not sure. All I know is they out there overseas playing against a
They over there balling in China.
That's man, can you imagine being in high school and going out there to overseas and playing elite talent?
That's what happens when you live in California.
Man, that's crazy.
I got
They
something.
can afford it.
I got something. I just saw right on the spot.
Got you.
Is this your leader?
Is this the one you had from last week?
No.
Okay.
No. This is totally different. We're not talking about playing styles, of course. We're talking about leadership.
Right.
Is this your leader, Ray Lewis,
Oh boy.
or college Tim Tebow?
Wow.
I'll say Ray Lewis. College Tim Tebow, looking back, he was a douche.
You go back and look again at college Tim Tebow. He was the truth. Like, look at the moments like before those big games where he's talking to the team.
That's
getting
cool.
them fired up.
That's cool. That's like white church and black church. I'm going with Ray Lewis. That's it.
I don't know.
I'm going with Ray Lewis.
See, it's tough, ain't it?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Ray Lewis allegedly killed the man, and they still listen to him. Well, maybe that's why
I have the utmost respect. I have no problems with Tim Tebow, but I had to say Ray Lewis. I do.
because
Slight edge to Ray
we
Lewis.
ain't even got to talk about what he did with the team. Let's just talk about his introductory video when with Madden. He wasn't even the cover guy,
Right.
and he had a whole introductory video. You remember that?
Well, actually, he was.
He was the cover guy. He was the first defensive cover guy.
Yep. Yes, he was. The whole game was focused on that cone.
The hit stick.
Yeah. The whole cone defense, whatever.
Right,
I'm sorry, that was a quarterback cone. Never mind.
Yeah, that was you talking about the hit stick.
Here we go, man. Here we go.
No, I'm not talking this year. I'm talking this was like it was Madden 13. He wasn't on the cover,
Okay.
but that's when he had his introductory video.
Well, I would say
Peyton Hillis was the cover boy on Madden 12. He had.
Oh yeah, let's never forget Peyton Hillis, the quote unquote CIA agent or whatever they said he
Oh
was.
my goodness.
That was just
How the hell did that
But
happen?
but you know what? The fans chose him.
Right.
We can't blame nobody but ourselves for this.
The same like the president of the United States.
They ain't gonna talk about. I say Ray Lewis has the slight edge. Why? Because he.
wait a minute. But wait, how? but when I was saying Ray Lewis, I'm like, nah, don't forget about Tim Tebow.
Right. You were going to write him off as chump change in college.
No, I wouldn't write him off as chump change. I said he was a douche.
Nah. No. I don't see him as a douche in college. No, but Ray Lewis, just because he's still leading. Like, he ain't even playing football. He's still like preaching to people. He go back to the U and talk to the locker room, and you just see the clip. You ready to play football?
Nah, Ray Lewis got me more ready to play football than Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow is like when Spice Adams did the breakdown of different leaders in the locker room.
That's what I was talking about, Ray Lewis. Yeah, like Ray Lewis to this day. To this day.
Tim Tebow was like
to this day.
You remember when Spice
to this
did
day.
the leaders in the locker room? Tim Tebow was an inspirational one. Like, come on, guys, if we put it together. His voice can't get deep.
Man,
I'm sorry.
He would have everyone.
He was more than that. He's like, we put it together. Go back and look at those tapes.
That one video when he had the blood going all down. And, dude, I was.
And he's like, he ready to find my gear. Let's go. You gotta go look back. Go back and look at Florida Tim Tebow, and you be like, oh, okay, yeah, I see what you mean.
I just
now.
look at it. I'm like,
I see what you mean.
I've seen him. I was just like, okay. I look at Ray Lewis. I'm ready to truck through a damn wall. I'm talking cinder blocks and everything. Let's go. I ain't made the first time, but I'm gonna keep going.
Ray Lewis had the benefit of NFL films,
right?
Because so every single moment he had on the sideline, you ready to die for me today? Are you ready to die for this team today? Well, come on.
At that point, I would have been like, die? Wait a minute. They ain't saying
He'll say some wild stuff. Like out of nowhere, he'd be sitting down there chilling. He just run up to
get up.
Run up to somebody. Come on.
Look, I would have been like, you ready to die for me today? I'm ready to.
It's 42 right now. It's 0.
You ready to die for me today? I'm ready to put my best foot forward. Like, I don't think death was.
You're ready to die right now on this field, right now.
Ain't no death clause in my contract.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, Ray Lewis. Yeah, I just thought about that one.
That wasn't part of that one. That wasn't part of the
I never
option.
say, you ready to die for me today?
Are you ready to give you all for the Lord?
Come on. We not knocking Tim Tebow, man. We not knocking Tim Tebow's religion. Let's move on, man. Because we just going off the rails.
I can see him now. He get touchdown. Everybody, come on, everybody. Let's do it.
You cracking yourself up.
Come on, everyone. Come on.
Oh, man.
My bad, y'all. My bad. All right. You got anything? You good, Stan?
Nope.
Brings us to bro, you tripping.
Oh, boy. You got anything?
No, I don't have anything, man.
I got two. So, with the influx of young talent that's happened in the game of baseball, I got two teams that have had terrible seasons over the past few years, but now they're starting to come up because of their young talent. I'm saying next year, playoffs. These two teams will make it.
Playoffs?
The Toronto Blue Jays and the San Diego Padres.
Playoffs?
Watch out for.
I wouldn't say, bro, you tripping. I'm thinking of the young guys they got.
Yeah.
Vlad Jr.
Yes. Bo Bichette.
Over in Toronto.
Craig Biggio's son. They all with Toronto.
Yeah, Dante Bouchette's son.
Yeah.
And Craig Biggio's son. Yeah.
Yep.
I see it.
I'll give you the Blue Jays. Padres just can't get right.
I don't know, man.
Padres just
Machado, Tatis
They
Jr.
got the best farm system
Yes.
in all of baseball, man.
Yes. And the thing is that they don't actually have to use them players in regards to play on the field. They can use those guys to acquire
Other guys.
So I see them next year, both teams going to the playoffs.
I wouldn't say, bro, you tripping on that one.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
Now my second one, you probably will.
Okay.
The St. Louis Cardinals will follow the same trajectory as the Blues just did.
Yeah, bro, you tripping. Yeah, you tripping, man.
Just think about it.
Yeah, I think you You drunk a little bit too much of the blue Kool-Aid, man.
Just think about it. The Blues, terrible start to the season, but mid-season they made them changes. They found their game. The coach put them in position, and look what happened.
I say you tripping only because, not because of the Cardinals per se. It's because of who they playing, man. You got to get past the Dodgers.
But look,
then you got to get past either the Yankees or the Astros.
We know, St. Louis fans know that we need to get into the playoffs, and it can happen.
Plus, you saying we got to get past the Dodgers like it ain't been done. It happened last year. Dodgers got all the way there. Lost.
This
They
Dodgers
on the
team,
same trajectory that they were last year. And what happened? History does repeat itself.
it
Tom Brady
it's
lost
possible.
twice. Tom Brady lost like 4 times.
You're
Three
comparing.
times.
If you're going to compare the Dodgers roster to the Cardinals roster,
But look,
bro, you tripping.
but look, as of right now, the way it's looking, the Dodgers have the number 1 spot. They'll play the winner of the wild card, which would probably be either Chicago or the Nationals. That's not a gimme for a 5-game series.
It's really not.
Nationals, yeah. Cubs, maybe not.
While right now, if it's based off today, it'll be us versus the Braves. I'll take that chance. But like I said, once you get to the playoffs,
I wouldn't say you're tripping there. Mm-hmm. I would say you're tripping when you say, okay, they're going to get past the Dodgers now.
I don't know. Hey, the Cardinals against Clayton Kershaw.
I'm with you with getting to the playoffs. It's not quite a bro, you tripping. But once you get to that NLCS and you looking over there and you see the Dodgers, if that firepower don't at them bats all the way down the line, and then that pitching staff, maybe the only question mark is the closer over there, Kenley Jansen. That's the only question mark they got.
All right. Hey.
So that would be a bro you're tripping on.
I just feel like it's going to be a whole new mindset once you get into the playoffs. It's like whatever you did in the regular season, that don't matter. I mean, hey, how many times?
I hate to say this. I hate to bring this team up. But you see what the Rams did once they got to the Super Bowl. Them young players, they was doing good. Whole season, they went through the playoffs. They got to the Super Bowl, and they're looking on the other side, and they see Bill Belichick.
So who are you comparing those Rams to in regards to baseball?
I'm saying the Rams, they would be the young, inexperienced team. Cardinals would be kind of the youngish, inexperienced team going into the playoffs, rather than some not veterans, but the Dodgers have been into the playoffs for the past couple of years, and the World Series.
Yeah.
So you got an experienced team ball club with an inexperienced ball club going against each other. That's what I'm saying. That's how I'm comparing it. And you might have the same situation where they get shell shocked, like dang.
All I'm saying is, like, for instance, the Tampa Bay Lightning had the best record of all of hockey this past season.
They did.
And guess what happened the first round?
They dropped.
They got swept.
And a lot of other different teams that were.
Yes. So once you get in, it's a whole new ballgame. Whatever happened in the
I
regular
think the
season,
Stars. I think the
doesn't
Stars
matter.
just aligned for the Blues last year because of those things happening.
Internally, right? Or you talking about in regards to other teams losing?
Both.
Right.
Both. Everything. The Stars aligned. All of them. All of it.
I'm gonna say this. Yeah, it's the Dodgers. Yeah, they've been to the they've been to the World Series like what, the last 2 years?
And been in the playoffs.
Oh, so
last-
close.
Last few years.
And they lose it. They get there and they lose.
Okay.
They get all the way there.
Let's just say by chance the Cardinals get past the Dodgers. Now, who they play?
Hey, it's a toss-up between the Yankees, the Indians, Twins, Houston Astros. It's going to be tough.
Now, if you're saying Twins, Indians, I give them a good chance. If you're saying Astros, Yankees. Nope. Nope.
I mean, you got to look at the Yankees. The Yankees are young and inexperienced too.
No, they're not. They're young, but not inexperienced.
Negro.
Playoff wise,
Playoffs. Yankees?
When's the last time? I will wait. Aaron Judge ain't had a lick of playoff. Giancarlo Stanton, whoever the hell else they got on there, they all young. I don't think a player on there is inching toward 30.
and look,
I didn't say young. I said experienced.
right, but look, October comes, them balls ain't gonna fly the same way they doing in July and August. I'm saying that now. You can't depend on the long ball like what the Yankees do. They depend on the long ball.
But you know what? They also have a pitching staff as well. I have one of the best pitching staffs in the American League.
Can they hold up?
And then the best goes to the Astros.
Right.
So,
Yankees ain't. Hold on. Let's see.
now you gonna duel it out, pitching with the Cardinals pitching staff.
Now our bullpen.
Now who do you trust?
Our bullpen is better than the Astros bullpen.
Okay, but what about that starting pitching staff?
Pitching, no, they do have an advantage.
Okay,
They do.
now let's keep it real here.
Hey,
all
but
right?
I would take that manager.
Now I want to see it too now, but what you always say, you getting too much dip on your chip.
To be honest, this whole conversation is too much damn dip on your chip.
That's why it's called bro. Your trip.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's like, playoffs are the one thing that you can't predict. Playoffs in any sport,
That's my point.
you can't predict it. So I'm not gonna say, bro, you are tripping. I ain't gonna say, bro, you're not tripping. I'm just gonna wait till October.
You always have that approach though.
I do,
In any sport though.
except for college. I told y'all Alabama wasn't gonna do it. Y'all called me stupid.
And now we have idiot of the week.
Can I go?
Yes, sir.
Can I please go? Boogie Cousins, you dumbass.
Oh man.
What happened here?
Oh, you didn't know?
I know he got hurt.
Oh, nah. Oh, yeah. He got hurt, all right.
Right.
So,
boy.
Boogie
Hurt feelings
recently got married to his longtime girlfriend.
to his boo thing.
Okay, I'm afraid how this is going.
He reached out to the mother of his child and asked if he could have his son at the wedding. And the mother of the child said no. And I guess this has been a conversation for a while, because he said, I'm gonna ask you one more time rationally.
Wow.
Can I have my son at my wedding?
See, this came in with.
And then she was like, I told you no. And I was like, ooh, your attitude. Like, I got mad too, but I ain't get that mad. Boogie said, and I quote, all right, cool. I'm going to put a bullet through your effing head. Like,
No.
yeah.
Didn't you hear about this one guy named Ray Caruth who actually had somebody put a bullet in his baby mother's head?
Allegedly. So, no.
Wait. Well, he allegedly he was convicted in the court of law and served 15 to 20 years in prison.
All I'm saying is,
Just now getting out.
all I'm saying is,
Boogie's gonna say some stuff like that.
Boogie, I understand that is some petty stuff for the mother of the child to do, to not let you have your child in your wedding. I don't know if she feeling some kind of way because it wasn't her. Well, things just don't work out. But at the same time, you have to be more mature. You have to realize that you are a athlete in a national league, and that everything you do is going to be under a microscope. You got to choose your words wisely. See, now, if you took the poet approach to it, you could have said something like this. No,
Watch next week. Now let me tell you.
I'm like, we's definitely gonna be off the air. We's definitely.
All right. You got one.
you said I can't have my son? All right, that's cool. Guarantee this is the last time someone going to see you. Ooh, is that a threat? No, baby, that's a promise.
All right. So we got Boogie Cousins.
Have you in a horse and buggy like your Amish.
You got anybody else?
Jalen Ramsey, I guess, kind of, sort of.
What?
Huh? What? Oh.
Apparently, he said he's going to quote-unquote shadow Tyreek Hill.
Oh, I saw that.
So I'm like, okay.
You go shadow Tyreek Hill.
The same guy that burnt you what?
He said he's going to quote-unquote shadow Tyreek Hill. I'm like, all right. I'm like, see,
It must be a
I'm like, you ain't learned from last
who?
year, huh? He ain't learned from last year. I was like, all right, remember what happened last time you said something? That boy dusted your ass.
Speedy Gonzalez on him.
Thought he would have pulled Devontae Davis right there. Be like, you know what? I can't do this.
It must be a twilight shadow, man. It must be a long shadow.
Lord.
Because you ain't catching him, man.
I threw Jalen Ramsey in because of what he said. I was like, shadow. All right.
Okay.
Okay. We shall see.
Sadal, you have someone.
I don't have nothing this week.
All right. So,
Man.
I have two of them. One are the Indianapolis Colts fans for booing Andrew Luck when he left the game.
Yeah, that was classless.
That
was classless, man.
I couldn't give them that because you got to think about it. That's a lot of emotion right there. You sitting there watching the game. You was like, yeah, you listening to everybody saying y'all are, what were their odds to win 15-1 to do the whole damn thing this year? And it's like, yeah, we 15-1.
I wouldn't have gave him that. That was very generous. But.
Yeah, they were getting good. They were like, watch out for the Colts. Andrew Luck, this, and that. And then you
I know what they were saying.
And then you find out right there. It's like, what? You got a mix of emotions. How you gonna do this to us? Boo! How can you do this to us?
Once
I don't think
again,
it was a boo like you suck. It was a boo of tears.
But once
As in
again,
boo.
like we discussed last week, how about people being narrow-minded? They're only thinking about fantasy draft or betting on if we win 15 games, I might get $50,000. They didn't think about that, man.
No.
And that was the issue. You don't know what this man has gone through in regards to feeling what he's gone through. But the first thing you do is go ahead and boo after him. Each NFL player, when they sign that contract and they play, they're risking their lives.
And it wasn't like he was some kind of problem player.
Right. He always did.
He was always a classic guy. Yeah.
He didn't do any Plaxico Burress type stuff. He came in and played when he was healthy, but unfortunately, thanks to, like I said earlier, the previous regime, the GM and everything, they didn't provide him with adequate supplies of protection.
I guarantee you, if it was a Cardinal player that just all of a sudden retired and you just hearing about it, them Cardinals fans
Standing ovation.
standing ovation.
That's it.
They're not booing them.
So my second one. So the Major League Baseball this past weekend had their players weekend. And usually they have some cool little jerseys, right? Nice little swag going on.
Yeah.
Until they came out with this mess.
Oh God.
What the hell were they thinking in regards to making these jerseys? Now the black ones, I didn't mind because you saw a little more of an outline in regards to you can read the actual players' names and everything. But if you sit far away, at the game or on TV, looking at these white jerseys here, what the hell were y'all thinking?
And don't get me started on the helmets. The helmets were white.
Like ghosts.
They look like bobbleheads out there.
Like painters.
They like real life bobbleheads out there. Like painters.
So, usually, players weekend should be about them expressing themselves jersey wise, shoes wise, gear. How can you feel you got swag and people can't even read your freaking, number and name?
You're supposed to nickname was supposed to be the big part of it.
Right. So, to Major League Baseball, what the hell were y'all thinking? Please don't do that again, because it was so bad that Sunday Night Baseball, the Yankees and the Dodgers played. They asked the Major League Baseball to wear their regular jerseys. And Major League Baseball said no. Because it's still officially Players Weekend. You have to wait until, that Monday. But it was so bad that the players, the association was asking Major League Baseball, can we go ahead and wear our regular uniforms?
Whose idea was that?
They had
I don't know what's wrong with y'all.
Because they get the idiot of the week, boy.
I don't know what's wrong with y'all. I read them clearly.
You read what clearly?
I could read those jerseys clearly when they was on TV.
Oh, yeah. I mean, anytime the camera is nice and zoomed in.
But if you're looking at the jersey, you can't tell if it's a Cardinal or jersey or a Yankees jersey or...
If it's just like a random person who's watching the game for the first time, they ain't gonna know who these guys are unless
Because you don't know, if you don't know the colors of the teams or anything, you thinking, oh, it's a black team and a white team.
Okay, so cool. The home teams wore the white, the away teams wore the black.
Yeah, but
So if you know, like, if you look at
you don't know if it's a Cardinal jersey or a Cubs jersey. Because the red, they got red in the uniform for the Cardinals. They got blue in the uniform for the Cubs. You can't tell because all of them are white.
well, that's different. You
No,
talking about
yeah,
two teams that had on both white jerseys.
They're not iconic. The
the
iconic
two
uniforms
teams-
that you're used to.
So the two teams, there were no two teams with white jerseys.
I know that.
the
I know
same
that,
time.
Stanton, man.
Do you? Because you were like, you don't know if it's got the blue in it or the.
You don't know what team you're looking at when you're looking at a game. That's what I'm saying.
You don't.
You don't.
When the teams are right there on the screen, and the whites were the home team
Dude,
and the black.
do you
was the away team.
comprehend what I'm saying? Do you? Honestly don't. When you're looking at if you're looking at that uniform from afar, and I know it's the home team, yes. Mm-hmm. And I see what the graphic says, yes. Mm-hmm. But if you're not looking at either one of those,
So what are you doing?
if you're looking at it, you don't know if that's the Cardinals jersey or you don't know if that's the Cubs jersey. You don't know because they're all white.
Right.
They're all freaking white, man, or they're all
don't-
freaking black.
They don't stand out.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. You're making it too difficult.
If you know who the home team is and you know who the away team is, you got it.
Now you're being more literal. He's talking about in regards to just like you said, if you're in Chicago watching the home game, you want to be able to see a splash of blue somewhere
Yeah.
on that, like the piping or around the outline of the jersey. That's all he was saying. Not being literal, like, well, it's the Cardinals because they're the home team or they wear white. It's just a matter of having the actual jersey stand out and not just be plain. Everything is white on white.
Thank you.
And that's it.
Thank you, Smooth.
That's all he's saying. Stan being not technical.
So-
He's doing it on purpose. He's doing it on purpose so maybe I'm making Frank look bad over here. I don't know what it is.
I'm just trying to make it make
They play the St. Louis, so you know it's the Cardinals.
I'm just trying to make it make sense how it's an issue when Major League Baseball does it and your slip up doesn't go unwarranted because that's what the NBA is now doing for their All-Star games, just white and black. And then the logo ain't got no colors on it.
But
All-Star game,
people can read the jersey without having to do this. Who was that? What that say? No. You can't read that stuff if you're at a game sitting upper deck or whatever. You can't read nothing. All you're gonna be seeing nothing but a white light going across the field the whole game with the white helmet on.
Yeah.
It was so bad that pitchers had to wear different colored caps
Yes.
because
They had to wear the regular caps, really.
Excuse me. If you were the home team wearing all white, you couldn't wear a white cap on the mound because then the batter couldn't see the ball coming from your hand until it's too late. You get hit in the eye.
Right.
So, like for the
Exactly.
Cardinals, the pitcher had to wear like a red cap.
Yeah. It's just because of the batter, it's the same premise of the batter's eye. The batter's eye is not going to be
It's gonna always be
white.
dark.
It's always going to be black.
Right.
So you can pick up the ball, baseball.
But overall, I just think that Major League Baseball should have done a better job with being more creative. Maybe get, talk to a swag expert, you know what I'm saying? Someone to be like, okay, let's bring something different. Because you still want to bring in more of an urban culture to the game, to attract them to the baseball. That's been one of the biggest problems is trying to get minorities, trying to get more African Americans to want to play the game. Doing what y'all did this past
Man,
weekend. That ain't gonna happen.
Bring back Farnsworth Bentley or something. Where he at?
Hey guys, you want to come in and let me?
Right.
But yeah, so
that's just sad. Farnsworth Bentley.
It's better than whoever picked these
Plaid.
Lord.
In plaid.
It'd be better than these uniforms. It would be better than them.
Lord, plaid. Plaid. All plaid. You wouldn't be able to read that in all plaid. Not no way.
It'd be all kinds of.
Farnsworth Bentley.
Farnsworth
Plaid man. When have you ever seen him not in plaid? I'll wait. That brother got plaid everything. He is the plaid man. Instead of being, aren't you glad? Aren't you plaid? That's what he said.
Right. Aren't you glad I'm here? All right, so
Okay, when you made it a full sentence.
all right,
Anything would be
Sounded
better.
weird.
I pick Farnsworth over whoever picked these damn uniforms.
so with that being said, the Players Weekends jerseys, Colts fans, and you had Boogie Cousins. You have anything?
No.
Once again, okay, want to make sure. Y'all are the idiots of the week.
Congratulations. You played yourselves.
You forget.
I guess this don't apply to nobody today, but get your head out your ass. Stop. Don't do that.
All y'all.
Y'all need to stop. Get some help.
Y'all some new fools.
Dumbass.
All right. Last but not least, we have What If.
Yeah, I got one. What if Andrew Luck came in to the Colts with a full offensive line and decent players at the position at the different positions, running back, wide receiver, skill positions. That's what I'm trying to say. If he had a full offense, where would he be?
First off, he wouldn't be retiring. And he'd probably be close to maybe appearing in some Super Bowls because he would have had the O-line. So, yeah, definitely longevity, better numbers, better results overall. The Colts would have been that team to fear even more.
Yeah, I think we would be talking about Andrew Luck as one of those great quarterbacks that we always talk about.
He had so much promise coming out of Stanford, too. So much.
Yeah.
But Master Andrews could change things. Stan, you got anything?
You still can't call it. Injuries happen.
It's part of the game.
Tom Brady. I
tell you
hate
what.
to say it. You remember that year he got his knee jacked up?
Yeah, injuries do happen.
Great line.
But
Still got pop.
I guarantee you will have less chance of getting injured when you have a great offensive line protecting you, keeping you upright on your feet, rather than the piss poor line that he had for most of his career that kept him on his back.
I couldn't say that because the defense has evolved since he came in, and the players keep getting better and better to the point where we got Aaron Donald looking people
Like you said.
coming in and killing.
But the football fundamentals on that line is the same. It's the same. You block and you protect your quarterback. I mean,
Plus, there's no
now more than ever, when you do have a passing lead,
You do what you're paid to do.
I would say the offensive line is just as valuable as the quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Did someone say it wasn't?
Definitely. Because without them,
Plus, you
can't
know,
even
with
throw the
that,
ball.
they still mess up. They gonna miss something, and you gonna get hit, and that hit might take you out. There's no such thing as a perfect anything, but especially in football, there's no such thing as a perfect goal.
you have a greater chance of getting shocked if you're in the tub with a radio plugged up in your hand rather than not.
Okay, I just gotta, I just gotta say this. Can I get 5 seconds? Why the fuck you in the tub with a radio in your hand?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Let me try this out, see if this works.
It's an extreme example, but you see what I'm saying?
Do I get better reception in here?
Oh, man. Oh, wait a minute.
A better offensive line.
Lower, right there.
A better offensive line means less injuries.
So with that being said, my what if would be, what if Mark Bulger had a better O-line?
He would have been a decent quarterback.
He actually was decent.
Well, he was, but then he wasn't because he got shell shocked.
Right, the O-line messed his psyche.
Yeah, I know. I think he would have been better though. I think he would have been better than decent. I think he would have been a great quarterback.
And then guess who else would have benefited? His boy.
Yeah,
That would have changed the whole
Steven
game.
Jackson.
Oh yeah.
That would change the whole game around for Bulger.
Bulger would probably be beloved.
Because for
in Rams
a
lore.
few years he did have Bruce and Holt, correct?
Yes, and he was also playing well for a couple years before he got shell shocked.
Mark Bulger kept messing up his damn hand. Hands, just pinkies, thumbs.
No, you're thinking of that was Warner.
No,
that was Warner.
Bulger too.
Yeah,
Bulger had pinky injuries.
No, I was Warner with the pinky injury and the thumb injury. As a matter of fact, that's what got him out of St. Louis. And he went to the Giants, and he still had the thumb injury. And then he went to the Cardinals, and the rest is history. Yeah.
Yeah, that I think about that play in KC with Warner, and he threw that ball and hit that player's helmet, and
Yep.
it was all
And
bad.
messed it up.
Yeah, it was all bad. Like that was the start of the decline
Yep.
in regards to his stay.
And we thought that was the end of Kurt Warner, but then he proved us wrong.
right.
You're not gonna try me around stuff. Bulger injured his pinky in 2009.
Yeah. Now, yeah. After he got shell shot in 08, 07, and 06.
Yeah, shoot, that was the main cause was the pressure that was coming in when he threw the ball. Boom.
Yeah.
Because he had that space like Warner.
Yeah. He was trying to get that ball out of there quick because he knew he gonna get towed up.
And think about it too, going back to O-line. Look how great. Remember for like a good 3-year stretch, the Cowboys O-line was known as the best O-line in football.
Yep.
Look at what DeMarcus Murray was doing. You know, Dak had that one great year. You saw what Zeke was doing. Even though Zeke is still, doing his thing now. But that O-line used to be known as, as that deal.
Yeah.
It's definitely important to have the O-line.
I'll never forget Tony Banks. If
Oh, my gosh.
Tony Banks was the opposite of shell shot,
Pretty Tony. Pretty boy Tony.
he wouldn't get rid of the ball. he see the pressure coming. Oh damn, they coming. He was in the ball.
He was in his own.
He just stand there with it. So you like, damn, fumble.
2002.
Uh-oh.
Bulger hand injury. It was his, what finger did they say? Okay, that was his right index. But he had hand injuries. It wasn't just Kurt Warner. Both of them had some jacked up hands. They ain't had Torrey Holt hands, but they had some.
Man, you gotta put a picture up one of these days of Torrey Holt's hands. His hands is throwing up gang signs, and he's got them straight out.
Torrey Holt be like, how many is this?
12?
12.
Is that a half?
He go to LA. He wave high. You set tripping? He think he doing no gang signs.
Hey, what you doing, cuz?
Well, who was that dude? Well, hey, cuz, you got something to say, cuz? Who went up to the stands? Got something to say, cuz?
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
You got to pull up a picture of that,
I'm
man.
gonna pull up the music right now.
Yeah, so with that being said, people, that is our show.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, you have a what else?
Pull it to the screen if you can. Zoom in. Them
He
hands.
said his dislocated finger mid-route. That was funny.
Me and Route.
You said what? Do I have a what if?
Yeah.
All right. What if, after a long day of work, you go home to take a bath, and you bring your radio on?
I was saying, where is
hands pointing at you, me, and
North, south, east,
And
and west.
Stanley.
Yeah, north, south, east, and west.
Right.
All right, y'all. So with that being said, we are out of here. The Platform Sports Talk Show. Check us out as of right now, every Wednesday. May have some changes very soon.
Yeah.
We'll let y'all know. But I am your boy, Smooth.
and Sadal.
And I'm standing, baby.
When it's about sports,
It becomes our business.
And business just picked up.
y'all have a good one. Oh, last but not least, tomorrow is baby girl's birthday. She turns 4.
Happy birthday, baby girl.
Baby girl, happy birthday. Daddy loves you. I'm out of here. Y'all be safe.
Power up on them.
We'll see you next Wednesday.
Stay smooth, my friends.